Hi, and welcome to today will be chapter 2 of Tao Te Ching. Chapter 2 is called Not Doing. If we understand what makes beauty beautiful, then we can recognize ugliness. If we understand what makes goodness good, then we can recognize the bad. Void and amplitude have the same origin. Difficulty and ease beget each other. Long and short define each other. High and low support each other. Music and voice harmonize with each other. Before and after follow each other. This is the constant. From this it follows that the wise man acts through not doing, teaches without words, and interacts with creation without initiating. He makes but does not own, acts but does not rely on the result, achieves but does not linger to be recognized. In not seeking recognition, his credit becomes enduring. So let's talk about at least my interpretation of what this is going over. If we understand what makes beauty beautiful, then we can recognize ugliness. If we understand what makes goodness good, then we can recognize the bad. It seems pretty straightforward to me that it's talking about things that are the same coin, more or less, two sides to the same coin. The idea being that you wouldn't know what bad is without good. You wouldn't know what beauty was without ugliness. Void and amplitude have the same origin. Difficulty and ease beget each other. Long and short define each other. High and low support each other. Music and voice harmonize with each other. Before and after follow each other. This is the constant. Again, this feels somewhat straightforward. All things have the same origin point. This unknowable Tao could be something like infinite potential. Could be something else. I'm not sure. However, all the things that come out of the Tao are the two different sides of the same coin. They're opposites, but also they complete each other. They complement each other. From this it follows that the wise man acts through not doing, teaches without words, and interacts with creation without initiating. So this one is a little complicated for me to understand. Interacting without initiating seems the most straightforward. So you would let things come to you rather than trying to go looking for things. The wise man acts through not doing, teaches without words. You can teach through actions. That makes sense. But not doing as an action, acting through not doing, that's an interesting idea. I suppose if we're going with this theme of opposites that are the same side, or two sides of the same coin, rather, acting and not acting are two sides of the same coin. And they would harmonize with each other, as all these other complements have harmonized with each other. And they give understanding to each other. So by not acting, you understand the importance of those that do act. He makes but does not own. acts but does not rely on the result, achieves but does not linger to be recognized. He makes but does not own. So being creative without obsessing over ownership could be an interpretation there. Acts but does not rely on the result. I suppose if you do something only to demonstrate that something could be done, that's kind of pointless, isn't it? To do something just because you can. At least that's the best way that I can think of that. Achieves but does not linger to be recognized. That's not very important if you've done something important. The important part is not getting your name attached to it, but just the fact that you've done it, even if nobody knows that you've done it. In not seeking recognition, his credit becomes enduring. So you don't seek a pat on the back. And that is respectable. To do something because it needs to be done, but not because you're going to get credit for it. Or in this case, since the theme is not doing, to refuse to act, even though by acting you might get credit. Sometimes refusing to act is more important. Maybe that's what it means. Maybe refusing to act is, at times, a better choice, even if you don't get recognized. And the image that I'm looking at here is, it has a caption. This hanging scroll painting shows Nanji Chengsheng Dadi, the great emperor of longevity of the South Pole, third of the four heavenly ministers of Taoism. I feel like I don't have much to say about this image other than this character, Nanji, is shown with a lot of reverence. I wish I knew what the four heavenly ministers meant. Although Great Emperor of Longevity makes sense. Not sure why he's the Emperor of Longevity of the South Pole. I do wonder if there's an Emperor of Longevity of the North Pole. And if the four heavenly ministers represent the four cardinal directions, like north, south, east, and west. But it is beautifully painted. You can tell a lot of time went into making sure that it was very elegant. All right. Next time, chapter 3. And I hope that anybody who's listening is doing well.